Welcome back to Fathersondiygarage. We're continuing our raised garden bed series.
And today we're going to show you how to build 3 easy trellises. Trellises? Trelli? What are they?
Anyways, we got our first one, the A-frame trellis.
Number 2 is this post and wire trellis. And number 3 is this tomato string trellis.
Our first project in the video is the folding A-frame trellis. This build cost about $60 in material, and it was made out of 2x2 redwood boards. We started off by making all of our cuts. We cut 4 cuts at 4 feet long, 10 cuts at 45 inches. Then we set up a stop block at 10 1/8 inches and made 24 cuts. Then it was time to assemble. We put 2 4-foot pieces on the ground and then 2 45-inch pieces on those edges. Put a little bit of wood glue, squared it up, and then shot it on with the finish nail gun. We're using some 2.5-inch stainless steel finish nails for this, just because it's going to be outside. Then we put the rest of those 45-inch pieces in between, and use our 10 1/8 spacers in between those. And we just shot everything together, putting 2 nails in each connection. And that was it for the first panel. Now repeat the process again. This is really a simple, easy build that you can knock out in one afternoon. Once we had both those panels built, we went ahead and put some hinges in between them, and this project was all wrapped up. Our next project was a tomato string trellis, and the idea behind this one is that the tomato plants are going to grow up these strings that we've got attached to the trellis. We started off by making 4 cuts at 36 inches. Using 2x2 redwood boards as well. Building these ends 3 feet apart just because they fit nicely in our raised garden bed. Our raised garden bed is almost 4 feet wide, so it's gonna fit nicely. And we're using these Spax wood screws to put it all together. So we'll link that down below in case you guys want to follow along. We went ahead and connected those 3 feet long pieces to some 8 foot long pieces. We put one at the top of those boards, and then one about 18 inches up from the bottom. Then we had one of those stands built. And we repeated the process and built another stand. Then we went ahead and marked out where to dig and dug out about 1 foot down. You can see we already got our tomato plants in the ground, so we're trying to be extra careful. Went ahead and buried that first one.
One of our sides mounted, and now we're going to scoot down 6 feet and put the other side in.
Now we're going to throw 3 2x2s that are 8 feet long on the top of our posts, and those are going to be our runners that are going to catch all of our tomato plants because we got 3 rows planted here. After we finished those top pieces, it was looking a little wobbly, so we went ahead and went into the shop and cut up some 1-foot pieces with 45-degree angles on each side. And we went ahead and squared it off, attached some wood glue, and shot these on with the finish nailer at every corner on this build. And by the time we were done, this thing wasn't going anywhere.
Okay, we've got some garden twine and we're going to attach this to the top of our trellis, like so. It's going to hang down to each tomato plant, and that's going to give the tomato plant something to grow up on and stay off the ground. So it should go quick, easy. We'll link this down in the description below.
And you come down to the base of your plant and you want to just make a loose knot kind of right before that first set of leaves.
That's how you saw it on the internet.
Our final project was the post and welded wire trellis. This cost about $30 to complete. Real simple design. We went ahead and took a 4x4 post and cut 2 4-foot lengths out of it. Then we marked out 3/4 of an inch all the way around the top of the post and cut it out at a 45-degree angle to give us a nice decorative cut. Then we made some room for these posts by digging out 2 spots in the raised garden beds and slipping them in. Then we got it all leveled out and attached with some deck screws. Cut some of that welded wire and simply attached it between those 2 posts with some staples. And that was it for that one. Cheers to another completed project.
Hey, we knocked out these 3 trellises in less than a day's time, and you can too.
We'll give you guys an update in about 4 months. We'll see how these plants are doing.
4 months? Plants are going to be dead. Summer's over. It's going to be wintertime.
4 weeks, and we'll see how they're doing.
That's more like it.
So thank you guys for tuning in to Father Son DIY Garage. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.